Hi, this is Phoenix, and I'm going to read from my new book, The Lonely Children of New York. If you like what you hear, you can find the book on Amazon. I'm going to be reading from the perspective of Alex, who is a very sensitive, raw, and vulnerable character, who I believe has a lot of interesting things to say. So, yeah, without further ado, here it is. 1. I am the loneliness of children running around in unrestrained free play. The free spirit happy and sad for no apparent reason. The kid that grew up too fast. The beautiful human being alone in the city. Lonely reading books in a lonely city in a lonely world. If this is too melancholy and nostalgic and beautiful and romantic for you, then it might be easier to just let it go now and stop reading. But if you want to hold on, feel free to follow me. You never know where we'll end up. 2. I'm one of the lonely children of New York. I'm not really a kid anymore, though according to some official criterion that the people in charge of homeless commissions and homeless shelters have to say, I still somewhat qualify as a street kid, a street youth to be more precise. I've been homeless since before I can even remember. Be aware, though, that the title of homeless is a complex title with many implications and meanings. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this, as you can imagine. I'm not sure I could ever be a fan of this. But you do what you have to in order to survive, even if that means being there for others, being there for my other lonely friends. I'm thinking about this, my past, my future, my present, 26 years with nowhere to go, wondering and thinking. I'm with Isaac and we're both sitting against the wall of an alley in the most glorious slum of this side of town, and we're both happy and content. And Isaac, who's too young to really contemplate adult matters, he's only like 14, 15, pretty young, still innocent, doesn't know what I'm thinking about right now, doesn't know what's going on in my mind, what I'm thinking of, what I'm desiring, what I need. As we sit together, I feel like we're an odd and peculiar but necessary pair, like Jim and Huck, looking out for each other, even if we couldn't be any more different. But that's the way it should be. Isaac looks up to me, and I don't want to let him down. I don't know why he looks up to me, of course, but he does. And I don't want to stop him from doing that, as I want to be his guardian, his protector, his angel. Though, of course, I'm far from an angel. I'm thinking about love. I'm thinking about romanticism, what it means to be a romantic, lost in the zeitgeist of a brutal world. I can't believe all I've gone through, all I've experienced. It's too hard, but it also seems necessary, though I couldn't say why. I'm kind of dumb sometimes, and so I miss out on the most important things, though I'm okay at street smarts, as one would hope. When I spend my time bouncing around from place to place, from the shelter to some friend's house to a stranger's house, and back to the shelter, and then on the streets as well, things get a little hectic, and everything blends into everything, and it's hard to know what is what, if you're sleeping in a bug-infested shelter for the homeless, or you're sleeping in the back of an alley. What is love? Everyone thinks love is just sex, including me. It might be because I'm a male, and because I'm a sensitive male. I have to try and redeem myself and pretend that I want more than love, that I want sex as well. But what would that mean? What would it amount to? What could it amount to be more precise? What is the purpose of it? I've known for about a decade that I'm probably gay, or at least as close to gay as the gay community would ever allow me to be, being the misunderstood outcast of the kingdom. Don't tell Isaac, though, or any of my street friends. They wouldn't be devastated, as many homeless people can be gay, but they'd look at me different. I don't know how to explain it. They just would. That's why I keep all of my fantasies locked away from them. Out on the streets, it's about self-preservation and survival, not about finding love and fulfillment and companionship, whatever that may mean. I don't tell Isaac, but I have an erection right now. I don't know where it came from. I guess just these thoughts. There's something overpowering about desire and not knowing what you desire. They're too much, these thoughts, and I want them to stop. But they never stop. I have a need to procreate. I have a need to have kids, a family. I have a need to touch and be touched, to be loved. Amazingly, I've never been sexually exploited, what with my 20-odd years on the streets. I find that odd, though I'm grateful. I find that strange when I know that some of my younger friends haven't been so lucky. Gabriel, one of my favorite street friends who speaks Spanish like a motherfucking Cervantes, and immigrated straight from Mexico, with innocent tan cheeks and a darker complexion. Blessings on thee, little man, barefoot boy, with cheek of tan. Hasn't been so lucky, precisely because of how beautiful he is. It breaks my heart thinking about what he's gone through, how unfair it's been, but I try to think about other things. It's hard, though, when you're dragged through the mud over and over again. I guess if Gabriel has anything going for him, though, it's his charm. He's good with the girls. He hasn't gotten anyone pregnant yet, thank God, but he's always looking for an excuse to check out the girls. He likes to see himself as an angel, for sure, a lost angel. Gabriel is about the same age as Isaac, just a little older. The two are good friends. We're all good friends, really. I think that's one of the things that makes me feel the loneliest. That is, the fact that I have good friends, people that I care about, people that I love, people I would die for, if I needed to, people that take me back to when I wasn't so innocent, when I knew what was going on, simply because I'd cry every time my mother took me to the shelter, or when I was afraid when the cops were being hard on me again because they didn't trust me, because they didn't like me. It takes its toll, having a beautiful soul. Nobody looks at the soul anymore. The soul doesn't matter. Some would say the soul doesn't even exist. Those nihilists. I guess what I would say is that I don't let it go. I'm supposed to let go of the beauty that destroys me and comes at such a heavy price, but none of that matters. Because I care, and that's one of the consequences of being beautiful, of having a beautiful soul. That's one of the consequences. It's one of the consequences of being a beautiful human being, even if you can't see it, especially if you can't see it. Paying attention, Isaac says. I snap back to reality. I look over at Isaac, who has a gentle and smug look on his face. Yeah, I say. You're daydreaming again, Isaac, if just a little impatiently. Isaac says, if just a little impatiently. I was wondering if you'd noticed the sunset yet. I nod my head, looking at the sunset now, with its gentle and vibrant shades of orange and yellow and pink. Yeah, I see it, and I was asking you if you wanted to smoke. I look at my friend and then shake my head. Suit yourself, Isaac says, and pulls out a pack of cigarettes and a lighter, and lights up. I let him take a couple of puffs, and then I take the cigarette out of his mouth, toss it far away. Hey, what the? You're not smoking, I say assertively, at least not when I'm around. You need your lungs to run away from the cops. You irritate all the time. Isaac doesn't say anything, but I see his pride deflating when he sees I'm serious. He says, I guess that could come in handy. You know, good lungs and all. It might come in handy, yeah, I say. What were you thinking about anyway? Isaac asked me, handing me his pack of cigarettes without comment. All right, there's an excerpt from the beginning of my book, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And remember, you can find the book on Amazon if you're interested. This is Phoenix, and thank you.